We're back today at this customer's house where we closed in over the TV area, or over the fireplace area, I'm sorry, where the TV used to be. We reframed it, ran our wires out. These right here, we did away with these wires. As it turns out, these wires didn't even have electricity running to them. The homeowners have never used these two wall sconces. None of these switches over here actually do anything for it. So we just wire nutted them off together. So that way if there ever does come electricity to it, they will pop. We wire nut the black and white together, so that way if they ever do get charged, it'll just pop the breaker. Anyway, we got our wires run out here, we got our electric run out here, and we got our cable wire run there. That's going to go down into this cubby box once we get to that point. The homeowner bought an HDMI, so that way they can have 4K, and they'll run that into here also. Over here, I got this marked out. It's a 4-inch circle, so I marked it 4 inch by 4 inch so we could square it off. I use a level to get a level cut, a plumb cut. This is level, this is plumb. Anyway, so that'll be a 4 inch by 4 inch square. And then over here, I'll go ahead and show you what we're going to do over here is we're going to make this one bigger because we need to save a piece of this to color match, so that way we could paint just the front of this fireplace wall above here, probably paint all the way to the floor too, but if it matches close enough we could probably stop here, but we'll see. Whatever looks best for the customer. So this way they color match this as best they can, and if it's not 100% exact, you won't see it because it goes around the corner on each side. So this one right here, again, we're just going to go off the top of it, get a nice level line. Level is horizontal. Nice level line. Plumb is up and down. Now see, we got a good amount of space here until we get to that 2x4 that we put there. So what we'll do is this is like a 2.5 inch level. See? So what we'll do is we'll come over 2.5 inches. Go ahead and get a nice plumb line. So looking right here, making sure that's dead center in between those lines. That bubble is in between those lines. We get that's our plumb line right here. I'm gonna do this one right here next to it, right on the edge. Same thing, nice plumb line. And then there's my cut. So when I cut this out, I have this piece for the homeowner to save. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and score it with a razor knife before I cut it with the oscillating saw. You could use a keyhole saw, or whatever people probably call it, a drywall saw, I don't know. Small hand saw. I just find if I score this sometimes, it just makes it easier for my oscillating saw to ride in it. Put my ears on. Make a cut. Now, I want this as nice and square as I could possibly get it, because the piece that I'm going to put up in here is going to be about the same. So, or it'll be just small, just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So anyway, I'm going to run this out to 2 inches. So I got 8.5 at 2. So that ends up being 6.5. So I got 6.5. by 3 3/4. Sure.
Don't fall.
What?
Just don't fall.
Oh, funny guy. All right, over here, you do the same thing. Go ahead and cut this out. Yeah, no, I didn't score this one. Go. All right, running this out to 2. So that's 4 inches. 4 inches. All right, now, while I'm out here, before we do all this, I'm going to go ahead and take one of my putty knives. 6 inches fine. Again, you want this to have a curve in it, just a slight curve, and that's the curved side. The convex side, you want to be the side that's going against your wall. So that way these two ends don't dig in as much. But we're going to go ahead and just scrape this just lightly. You're not looking to sand this. You're just scraping it. Just to get some of these boogers off here so that way when you go to put some more mud on there, that's all you need. You don't need to be sanding this. Like I said in our previous video, there was a time where I used to try to sand. A long time ago, I used to try to sand in between muddings. I won't admit that to y'all because I don't want you guys trying to do it too, because it's just a waste of your time. Alright, now we're going to go out in the garage and I'll show you how to cut these pieces in a way that will make it easier till we just put the piece right in and mud the paper that's with it, okay?
Action.
Alright, we're in the garage here and got my measurements written down here. So if I were to do just like I say a 4-inch by 4-inch square, you know, that would fit in a hole. However, what we're going to do is we do a 6-inch by 6-inch. And we'll make it 7-inch by 7-inch. This doesn't have to be exact either for what we're doing with it. Got to take this, score it all the way across. Okay, we got a 7 by 7. So 7 minus 4 is 3. Half of 3 is
1.5.
1.5. There you go. So do 1.5 down this side. 1.5 down this side.
Now, if you measure that box, it should be 4 by 4.
Yes. 4 inch by 4 inch. We'll go to 2, 6. We want it to be about 1/8 inch shy, which it is. I could have done this on the back. It probably would have been better. I'll do the other one on the back. There we go. And basically what we did, I don't want to cut it all the way through to the paper, made a patch. So this should fit in the hole, and our paper will be on the outside, and we can mud our paper. And I'll show you that when we get in. Anyway, so we'll do this other one. This other one is 6.5 by 3 3/4. We'll do this one on the back. 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9. So we'll do 9. And by 4. This is 8 wide already. So do 1.5. 5.5, 1.5, 5.5. So that gives me my length. So if it's 9, what was it, 3 3/4? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So 9, say 4. So that's 5. So at least 2.5 inches on each side. Right? 4. So it's 5, 2.5 inches on each side. So 2.5. Say 2 3/4. 9. 1, 2, 3/4. All right, I'll cut this here. This is to cut our whole piece off. And here, now go ahead and take this paper off too while we're at it. That's 6 3/4 wide. All right. Let's find my center of this. There's my center. So it's 6 and 6.5. So so that should be 3
1/4.
and 1/4. So that's where it should be. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys. I apologize. Confusing myself too. So, but this is where I want it to be because I forgot that this box is longer. So go ahead and break these off. This is my one side. I'm careful with it. And I just want to break these ends off here. The other ones break, that's fine. It's going to do what it needs to do because this will basically go in as a patch. Just like this one will.
Action.
Alright, we're back inside now. We've got our pieces that we cut to go in these holes. What I'm going to do is, normally we have sponges. So we forgot them today. Just want to clean this area off just a little bit. It's just my thing, it's not what you have to do. I also like to get this paper a little wet. This makes it a little bit more user friendly. Also helps keep it from just absorbing all the moisture out of the mud when you put it on here. At least that's my thought. I know, probably a lot of you guys that do this and never even bother with this, which is fine. Doesn't bother me. Alright. Make sure my piece fits. It does. So the good thing about doing this is this basically helps you to create a patch. You know, if you got kids, you can slam doors in your house, and you could fix it a lot easier. You can put the hole in the wall instead of paying somebody like me or us come out there to fix it for you. Either that or you have your kid watch this video and have them do it themselves. Yeah, God forbid.
A good learning experience.
Yeah. Anyway. You don't want to mess with it too much. You just want to get it in place and just... Make sure you've got joint compound wherever it needs to be. That's good for that one right now. I'll move over to this other one. Alright, now on the side, I'm going to do the same thing, make sure this fits. Like I said, I should have done it a little bit different with this paper, but we'll make it work. Try not to get the mud all over the floor, but if you do, again, drop cloth, tarp, something on the floor. Alright, take our piece, put it in there. I did that because there's a chunk of paper in that, and I don't want to keep trying to do this with a chunk of paper in this. So a chunk came over here. Alright, now I got that on there. I'm going to go ahead and just do another coat over all this. For that, I'm going to get a larger knife out. Again, making sure I know which sides are my sides with my curve in. thing you want to do is just get your mud on the wall right now. Tripping over stuff there, Sebastian. Gotta get this bucket out there. There we go. Okay, I'm not trying to make this perfectly smooth, but I am trying to make this side that's out, the side that basically is against the wall, like that, and this side will be out. That's a little, I'm over dramatizing it, but that's basically it. Go slow. I start my knife way before where my mud is. Keep it the same angle as I go all the way down. This time I'm dragging it over here. Right here I'm not. I'm letting it flow as even as I can. Once I get to here, I go a little bit closer with this side. So that way when it comes to sanding this and feathering this all in, it will make it a little easier, which we might end up coating all the way across here just to make it all one level surface anyway, but we'll see as we go. Right along here, I'm not real worried about because again, there's going to be trim all around here. Go real nice and easy and slow, no hurry. This way, I'm going to go this way. Curve around. I don't want to go down as far as that, but just to move it around for right now until I get where I want it. I'm going to start up high. When it comes to doing this stuff, you're basically trying to make it to where you can't see it. It's never going to be totally flat where this whole wall is going to be perfectly flat. You look down a wall in your house, a long wall, put your head against it, look down. You will see differences in the wall because like from here to here, for instance, when they build this out, a lot of times this will be thicker than the rest of the wall because they got to build this mud out here where this corner is sometimes. And sometimes, every time, whenever you have a butt joint that are two ends that are not finished ends, that are not tapered, they're butt joints, when they come together, you will have a type of lump in the wall. Now that type of lump kind of goes away the further you mud out. And when you do a butt joint, and I'm not a drywall guy for a living kind of thing, but you could feather out a butt joint 24 inches. Heck, depending on how bad it is, it might be 24 inches on each side. Otherwise, you might be able to get it down to like 18 or 12 inches on each side of that joint. This is one of these things that you don't do this all the time. It's like each time you do it almost, it's like you're learning all over again. And we don't do this all the time. We do, sometimes we'll do a whole bunch of it. And then it's like, then we don't have any jobs that require drywall for a few months. And then we'll get another job that requires a whole bunch of drywall. You know, it's how it works. We mostly do remodels. We haven't built houses in years. We used to build houses in North Florida, South Georgia area, custom homes, with a different business company that we're partners with. But now we just basically do remodels and renovations. Our business has basically been set up for, we have 6 kids, my wife and I, and we've always tried to make everything we do about our family. We have we've homeschooled for many years now. And during that time, our kids have gone to work with me. Sometimes it's mostly like one day a week as a day of school. So they learn work ethics and work skills. And they don't all want to do this when they grow up. See what we got here? I keep trying to pull this across. It's got all these little chunks of stuff, which is a super big pain in the butt. That's why when you come and scrape when you start, very important you scrape a lot, scrape good. You know, I mean, not scrape hard, but make sure you scrape and scrape until you got all the little boogers. Because those things right there get in there, and it's just a super pain in the butt. Anyway. So just keep working this until we get it semi-smooth. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. That's pretty much all I want to do up there for right now. With this right here, I'm just going to go ahead and run it all the way across. I don't know what happened to this. I thought I mudded this the other day. So it came in and picked it back out or something like that. These pieces this stuff I'm not going to keep. I'm going to scrape this off and go ahead and put this in the bucket, water bucket. Because it's going to have chunks of stuff in it. And I don't want those chunks of stuff. Alrighty. All right, all we gotta do here is just clean up a little bit, and then we'll be done with what we can do today. Now for this, for the homeowner, what they usually want, they say something the size of a quarter. I try to always go something that's like 1.5 to 2 inches by 1.5 to 2 inches. Some of the places you go to will give you a harder time than others. Smaller paint stores usually try to put a lot more effort into it, an actual paint store. Like where we live at, there's a good one, and a friend of mine works there, and he does a really good job. He gets pretty darn close, if not perfect. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments below. If there's anything we can help you with, or let me know. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, put them down below. Please give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you so much, and God bless, and have a great day. Like always, please give us a big blue thumbs up, like our channel, and subscribe. From our family to yours, thank you very much, and God bless.